for the next instruction, which is instruction 5. We've now got to put this 2-hole connector we've got here and attach that to BF10. So let's get a black screw, get those connected, just like that. It's getting so huge, this thing, you guys. I'm actually like leaning over the build as it's getting that massive now. And accessories you've got like here, for example, but as you can see, it's pretty easy. And I can smooth that down with my thumb, if you know what I mean. Put nail file, anything like that, that'll make it nice and smooth for you. Right, so instruction 1, you need some glue for which way. You've got a little hole there, that's got to be going towards that plug image. Just push that on there like that. It's only take a few seconds to glue together. Pop this adhesive sticker. I'm going to put this in the centre there. Peel the backing off. So, and again, what you want to do is make sure it's at the end. So what you want to do is basically where it's getting narrow, you want the brown part of that detail, that side. Hey all, welcome back to the channel Rich43. Hope you're doing good, guys. Hope you're all well. Today I'm building more of the Millennium Falcon. We're at issue 41. There's the mag. These are the parts. We'll be taking a look at both of those shortly. If you're not already subscribed, guys, remember to subscribe, like, also comment and share. Press that bell notification. You'll always be notified every time I put this up on the channel or anything else what goes up on the channel. Before we crack on with today's video, guys, just to let you know, I've decided I'm going to weather the Millennium Falcon. For you guys who don't know what I mean by that, basically some parts need like weathering, a grey, blacky colours if it's been worn, if that makes sense, like worn in, like with the battles the Millennium Falcon goes through. I wasn't going to do it, I've changed my mind. I thought I'm going to make this thing pop. I mean, just keeping it all the cream, basic, neutral colours, I thought it's not doing it justice. So I've got a few pieces I left in past issues. What I'm going to do is do a special little video soon when I get the parts I need and the colours I need, the brushes, etc. That'll be coming to the channel soon, and I'll weather those parts, and then in the future, every time there's something in each issue to be weathered, I will do that on the video from now on, guys. And I think in the future as well, the outside of the Millennium Falcon will have to be a bit weathered. So I can't wait to do that and bring you guys along with me. But it's been a bit of a long intro that, so I'm going to crack on, guys. So sit back, relax and enjoy the Millennium Falcon from Fan Home. And then, guys, here we are again with more Millennium Falcon from Fan Home, the Agostini. Sit back, relax, guys, get your favourite drink, snack, and enjoy this week's issue of the Millennium Falcon, issue 41. What we'll do first is have a quick look through this week's mag. Usual good content, guys. I'm having a bit of a mare so far, guys. You won't see this obviously because I've rectified it, but the intro and outro, I didn't put the mic on. But the ones you're seeing, I have. So I've had to do the intro and the outro twice. Yeah, it's one of them. There she is, look, Millennium Falcon. Yeah, and I'm deciding to weather it now, guys. So all these parts where you can see like the dirtiness and where the battle scars are, I'm going to be doing that now. I was going to keep it natural, but now I've changed my mind. More shots of R2D2, CP3O, the Millennium. Love it. I'm watching these again, guys, to be fair, on Disney. I don't know how many times I've watched them there, but yeah, I've decided to watch the Star Wars franchise again. I love it. And every time I watch it, I just want to come in here in the studio and build, or vice versa. When I build, I want to go and watch it. But anyway, back to today's issue, guys. I do keep going off piece a little bit, gabbling on. These are the parts we've got. We'll take a look at those in a sec. I'll bring them over. It looks like today we're going to be assembling the control platform and assembling the turret well. Is there any more? Yeah, and that's how it's going to be looking at the end of today's video, guys. A little bit of a fiddly one. Looks pretty busy, so I'm not going to hang about. Bring the parts over. We'll get these undone. And then we'll see exactly what we've got. There we go. Right, so by the looks of it then, as you can see, we've got some panels. This is going to be to do with the gun well, all these grey pieces. Oh, and we've got some little details like with the buttons, etc. Little pieces of card. These I would have thought these are adhesive on the back. Yeah, so these are going to just stick. What we've got here, little details as well, I think. Oh, I've also got some wiring with an LED light. So I'm going to sort myself out here, guys. I'm going to crack on with this week's build. Then, guys, so we'll start off with assembling the control platform, and we've got this little sprue here with all parts on, from control mount, targeting computer, firing grips, rotating base, pivot, seat cushion, seat back, rear support and platform. That's what all these little things are on here. So what I'm going to do with camera, I'm going to take these off the sprue, and then we're going to put all these together, which will assemble basically the control platform. I know you've seen this all before, guys. We've taken sprues apart, like pieces off the sprue, so I'm not going to bore you with that. So before you know it, by the click of my fingers, all these will be off, sitting on the desk, ready for us to put together. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, so yeah, if by magic, guys, just straight into this. And what I've done is got all these off the sprue. And remember, when you take off the sprue, guys, you can either use sprue cutters or carefully take them off, but just to be careful as well and warn you, look how flimsy these are, easy to snap. And then when you've got them off, just get your little file and file these down, but being careful not to damage anything. As you can see, they're very, very fine and very delicate. Now, you can sand them down or you can leave them. You're probably going to see them when they're all put together, but if you're a perfectionist and you want them looking perfect, you're obviously going to have to sand the little excesses you've got, like here, for example. But as you can see, it's pretty easy when I can smooth that down with my thumb, if you know what I mean. Put a nail file, anything like that, that'll make it nice and smooth for you. Right, so instruction 1, you need some glue for this as well, guys. What you're going to do is turn that way around, and what we're doing is taking, as I slide it there so I can get it off, this piece here, and we're going to place this, dry fit first, like that. So that's looking. So this is gluing the seat cushion to the rectangular mount platform, and we've got to know which way easy for me to say, which way that's going. So if you've got like that plug image there, looks like where you put a plug in a socket, you want that slanting down that way like that. So again, you need your glue for this, guys. So if you just dab a little bit of glue, there should be plenty. Be mindful which way. You've got a little hole there, that's got to be going towards that plug image. So just push that on there like that. It's only take a few seconds to glue together. If I've put enough on, that is. Do you know what I'll do is I'll put some on this piece as well. Can't go wrong there. Just put a bit in there. Take more on there. And put that together. Like that. Again, just hold it for a couple of seconds. It should glue together. Whilst I'm doing that, instruction 2 then is going to be taking the back seat, and yeah, you've guessed it, it's going to be going in where the cushion is there to form the back seat. You've got like a little lip there, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that is going to basically go into that little slot you've got there. Again, you've got to glue this. So if you dab a little bit of glue on the end of this piece, like so, and then obviously make sure the details of the seat are facing inwards. Hold that like that for a couple of seconds. Blow on it to make it a bit quicker for you guys. Now that's nice and secure and glued in. Instruction 3, it tells to take the rear support, and basically this has got to be attached to the back of the seat like so. So if you look at this piece, you've got like pieces of this support go inwards. What we're looking at doing is letting those two pieces go in there at the bottom of the seat, and it should just glue to the back of the seat. So I just want a tiny bit of glue on here. It's going to come out too fast, isn't it? Nice little tiny bit of glue. There we go. There you go. And then maybe a little bit there at the bottom. Don't worry too much if you do a bit too much, and you're going to worry it's going to show the whiteness of it, because this is going to be concealed anyway. Right, so I'll drop that on there like that. Give that a few seconds to dry. That's how that's looking. Pretty cool. Now for instruction 4, we've got to get the firing grips, and we've got to place them into this little hole there in the middle. So yeah, you're going to put that in the middle. I'm just looking actually. No, tell a lie, it's got to go there, guys. I'm just looking at the instructions as I'm saying it. I'm hoping that's going to show on camera. There's a little hole there. And let me just place this down. Look how small this is, guys. It's ridiculous. Look at these. It's so delicate. But the detail's cool. Do you know what? I've not filed that over because I was a bit worried I'm going to snap them as they're so small. Even getting off the sprue, I think I've bent them a little bit, but that'll be alright. So, I'm just looking. I think they're going to go that way on, like that. So what you want to do is put a little bit of glue, and then that tiny, I'll just put that in the spout there and use this excess. That should be plenty. Yeah, that should be enough. So yeah, these go onto the seat here. There we go. That's that in. Dry shortly, that will. I think I'm going to twist that around like that. That looks better. Yeah, like that. Now I'm hoping that's going to be enough glue. If not, I can always dab a little bit more on it. So yeah, that's instruction 4 done. I'll place that there. And instruction 5, we've got to glue the control mount, which is this piece. It looks like a pipe. And what you want is that circle there. You can see that's got to be facing in. And if you look here, hoping that's coming out on camera, that's got like a little pin sticking out. That's going to go into that little circle hole just there. So what I'm going to do is just dab a little bit of glue on here. Of course, you can use tweezers for this bit, guys, if you want. Might be beneficial doing it actually, doing it the hard way. Carefully just put that in that square hole, and then rest it against control. This is the control mount. There we go. There we have it. Got to have a steady hand for this, guys. Really have. That's cool. That's all in there. Look at that. Really hope that's coming out on camera. How good that looks. I've got a feeling this seat's not stuck enough. So I'm going to apply a little bit of glue there, and then we'll crack on and move on to instruction 6. Guys, for instruction 6, we want to glue this targeting computer in front of the control mount. Now, how you want to do this is you want it so it's let me just try and explain. So it's that way, so that as you're looking at it, you want it bending in towards the control mount, if that makes sense. So if I do a dry fit and let you see what I mean, let's just go into that little square hole. So it'll be looking like that. So you like got an image like that, where that could be like the computer facing, if that makes sense, so that you want it leaning over towards that way, towards the seat. So yeah, that was a dry fit. So let me get a bit of glue on this. Okay. Push that into that little square, like so. Make sure it's all where you want it to be. Lined up nice. I mean, things like this, guys, so fiddly, but the reward you get when it's done. Look at that. Brilliant. Detail, fine detail there. And you're probably never going to see this. It's in the gun well, so you're never going to see it really, but hey, got to make the money somewhere, haven't they? No, but it's cool. I love it. There we go. It's all stuck together. So that's assembling the control panel. Let's keep on moving, guys. See what we're going to do next. Okay then, guys, I'm here. Right, that's the sprue emptied. Let's put that to one side. And we've got 7, 8 and 9 instructions, which we're doing now just to finish off this control panel and look at the detail. But look at these little pieces here, guys. I'm going to have to get my tweezers. That is ridiculous, man. Look how small. That's my little finger. But still, look how small that is. So tiny. You got little pedals here. As that's just dropped off, I found it, don't worry. Look at that. And this one's a bit bigger. That's just trying to show you how little these pieces are, guys. On my little finger. And they're still very tiny. So just be careful not to lose your pieces, guys. That's what I'm saying. Right, so instruction 8. We've got to get this little piece here. Glue the pivot in front of the targeting computer. Now, if you can see there, you've got like a little rib there. That's what's got to go into the floor. So if I carefully put a bit of glue, without gluing it to my fingers, because it's that tiny, it's going to go on me rather than the piece, I think. There we go, so that's done. I'm going to try and do this without using tweezers, but we'll see how we get on. Let's get my big chunky hands in there, that's the trouble. So I'm going to use tweezers, guys. I should have got my dot glasses for this. They're basically my magnifying glasses. Yeah, that's cool, that's done. Yeah, that was very fiddly, man. But we've done it. I've got that here. Just want to straighten that up a bit. Let's wait for that glue to settle. That's that piece, guys. Look at that. That is ridiculous how small that is. Get this glue off there. What I've just dabbed on. There you go. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. Attention to detail. Now, this is what I'm a bit stressed about. We've got to glue a pedal each side of the pivot. So in these little indents here, there and there, we're going to be gluing a pedal each side. Now, if you look at these pedals, that's the top. See how they're flimsy, falling off my fingers, and you've got like a little pin underneath, which is going to be, yeah, you've guessed it, where we're going to put it into the floor. So what I'm going to do, dab a little bit of glue in each crevice there, on there, on there, and then really all we've got to do is drop them in. Now I'm thinking there's a way of doing this because they look a bit slanted on the diagram I've got here. I think what we're going to do is drop them in and then tilt them, if that makes sense. So I'm going to use my tweezers for this, I think. This is not as easy as it looks, or as you would think. The trouble is with tweezers, they flick them everywhere, that's the trouble. I'm just going to give full boring, guys, and just drop it and then put it diagonal, if that makes sense. There we go, got it. Give the relief then when I got that in there first time, brilliant. Bear if you can't see what I'm doing at the minute, guys, I'm just going to get these put in and I'll show you. Just have patience, guys. You can do it. Just not panic. Here we go. Brilliant. Happy with that. So there, that's instruction 8. We've now put a pedal each side of the pivot. If you can see that brilliantly on camera, but it does look cool. I'm happy with that. Yeah, my advice is drop it in the little crevice hole, square hole, and then sort out where you want to put them exactly when they're in your tweezers. There you go. Look at that. Guys, this is so small. That's my middle finger. Look at it, it's just the tip of my middle finger. So tiny, but cool. Right, last of all now of this part of the issue, we have now got to glue the rotating base. That piece here. So I'm going to make sure all these are glued in. It's going to go underneath in that circle there. So what you want to do, this little pin here has got to go in that hole. Just do a dry fit first. So that's going to look like that. So I'm happy with that. So we're going to have to glue that now. So what I'm going to do, I think, is put it on this piece. That might be better. So put a good bit of glue there. Carefully join it to the bottom of the platform. Just be careful not to damage anything you've put on the top, guys. And it will only go in one way. I think it's a D-shaped hole. Just play with it and it'll go in eventually. Just be careful because these are very flimsy details you put on. Not to push and break anything as you're doing that. But there we have it, guys. This part of the build of this week is done. We're going to be moving on now to assemble the turret well. That's how that's looking. Look at that. I mean, if you're not seeing it well at the minute through the video, stay tuned then, guys. I will do a glory shot of this and show exactly how it looks close up. But I hope that's doing it justice. Right, so let's move on to assembling the turret well. Okay then, guys, so instruction 1, it's saying take each sticker in turn and carefully peel the protective paper off the back, and then we're going to attach it to these pieces here. So moving on to instruction 2, first of all we need this panel. Now you can see there you've got like a little red square and like it's brown that side. So as you looking, let me just double check as I'm doing this here. The panel goes here on the right half of the turret well. So it's going to go here, guys. And what we're going to do is make sure it's in the right place. Let's say we need it. Just look at instructions. Basically, you leave the little grey gap there and just make sure that's flush with the end of that piece there of the turret well. So yeah, let's get on with this, guys. Let's peel this backing off. Just when you do this, just be careful not to damage the card in any way. There we go, got it. Always try not to touch the back of it once you've peeled it off, because sometimes it takes the stickiness off it. So it'll only go on one way. I can't speak tonight. It'll only go on one way. If you do it that way, it's not going to go on. It's like an ice cream cone, if that makes sense. But just make sure you got it flush at the end of the turret well. So what I might do is line that up with the groove. And when you're happy, let it go. Like that. So that's looking. So you want the brown piece in there like that. That's how that's looking. So let's move on to the next bit. Make sure you've got the right pieces, guys, the right turret wells. I know this is upside down to you because I'm doing it looking at myself, but just make sure you put them in the right place before you do stick them. Make sure you've got them all set where you want them. Right, instruction 3, we're now taking this part, this adhesive sticker. I'm going to put this in the centre there. Peel the backing off. Like so. And again, what you want to do is make sure it's at the end. Before you stick it, roughly get it in the middle, like that. That's how that's looking. I won't be too strict on yourself about it. Again, you're not going to see in here, it's just details you're not going to see, but I know you want to get good, guys, but that's cool enough. And now instruction 4 and 5, we're going to be doing the same with this turret well. So what you want to do is basically where it's getting narrow, you want the brown part of that detail, that side. Just carefully peel off that backing. Oh, lost my voice then. Sorry about that, guys. And again, remember to leave it nice and flush at the end of this piece, like that. And when you're happy, stick it on. See how that looks. Pretty cool. And then same again with this piece. And this taking us then for assembling the turret well all the way to instruction 5. And then we're obviously going to be on to 6 next, which is something to do with that LED light. There we go. So yeah, again, just making sure I'm doing this the right way around. So it won't sit like that. Nice and flush. And when you're happy, stick it down. I mean, on the diagrams, guys, I've got here, they're not perfect. You can't have it perfect. That's good enough, trust me. So those two done. Those turret wells with the details in. Now what it's time to do, let me get the right part. You've got like a little indent there. I don't know if you can see that. This is where the LED light's going to go. So this is going to light up, guys. It's going to be pretty cool. So what it's time to do, instruction 6, take this wiring with the LED light on. I can't wait till this is built, to be honest, guys. I really can't. It's going to be so amazing. I'm making sure I've got the right part here. Yeah, it's this one. What we're going to do is just place that LED light in there, like so. And you've probably guessed it already. The other turret well is going to go over the top of it. Okay then, guys, so for instruction 7, what we're going to do is get the bulb, this LED. Basically what we're going to be doing is putting these two pieces together, and the bulb is going to be sitting in there. So you can do it either way. You can put your LED light like that, rest it on the table maybe, and then what you're going to do is sandwich these two pieces together over the light. But what it's time to do before we do that is apply a little bit of glue to each of these tabs. Just being careful not to let it overrun. As you can be seeing your glue on the inside of the model. So you could use a cocktail stick or something for that if you don't want to risk putting too much. So what I'm going to do is make sure the LED is in the right place, in that groove, and then when you're happy, put the tabs like that, and that should be it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. You can see that's going nowhere, but in there you can just see shining down, which that's where you're going to get the light inside. So that's all glued together now. Just making sure that's dry. Give it a nice push together so you know they're joining. All them tabs should be nice tight together now. I won't worry about this little bit of extra excess of glue. You're not going to see this, guys. It's going to be, well, I would have thought hidden on the model. But obviously the fine little detail is letting it pop. I mean, look at the stickers in there, guys. All these little buttons. Brilliant. So yeah, that takes all the way to instruction 9 by putting the glue on the tabs, joining them together, putting the LED in there, as you can see, and you can see it just shining. Well, it will shine in there when it lights up in the future. Now what we're going to do is for instruction 10, take over the turret ring, which is this piece here. Now this is important, guys. You've got to find this little tab you've got here, because it will only go on one way. So let's just see what, yeah, I'm just looking there where that's going to be. I would have thought it's going to be there. You've got that little recess bit there. So if we find that like that, yeah, that'll be a smooth fit, as you can see. That's how it's looking. Look at that, guys. That is upside down, but let me just turn it so you can see how it looks. Beautiful. Not sure if we've got to glue this. Let me have a look. Yeah, we've got to put a bit of glue. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be putting this little detail inside and screwing that with a silver self-tapping screw, which I've got here ready. So let's put a little bit of glue on this. Where's it telling us to put the glue? Glue the flange. That's all we've got to glue, is this little bit. That holds out. I might put a little bit all the way around, you know, so we don't want it coming off while the model's done, things falling off, etc. Yeah, that's cool. And then what you got to do, that little gap there, it's got to be that way around like that. There we go. Give that a nice push together like so. Give that a nice hold for a couple of seconds. Let the glue dry. And then what we're going to be doing for instruction 12, we're going to take the assembled control platform, which you can just see here behind me, or behind the model, should I say, and we're going to put that inside, and then obviously connect that with the self-tapping screw, as I just said. So that looks like that's all stuck now. Now you want it so the seat's facing outwards. Just be very careful not to damage any of the parts on it while you're putting it in. Just get my tweezers, drop that into the little hole, and that's how that's looking so far, guys. Look at that. And what we're going to do now is screw that together. So I'm just going to put the top back on the glue. Get my little silver self-tapping screw. And let's get this screwed in. Now this is really difficult because you've got to hold it into place, but at the same time, don't push too hard on that or else you're going to break all your little details. And what we'll do is tighten that up. And that's how that's looking, guys. Brilliant. And that is it for today's issue. It's issue stage 41, whichever way you want to look at it. We've now got the finished result. That completes the assembly of the gunwale, and it will be installed to the model later stage, together with the access tube ladder that links. I'm just looking on here to the access tunnel. We completed in issue 26. Double check that, yeah, issue 26. So yeah, there you go, guys. Look at that. Stay tuned to the end, guys. I'll give you a nice little outro and show you that looks close up. Come back next time. Hope you enjoyed. Give us a big thumbs up. Take care. That is it for today, guys, for the Millennium Falcon from Fano. I'm thinking I might put another one out near the end of the week. We'll see how I go on. Today, basically, what we've done is the gunwale. It was a pretty busy issue. This is going to be fitted later down the line, further down the line, to what we've already built up here somewhere, hiding behind the Christmas tinsel, getting into the Christmas spirit, guys. Bubbles everywhere, and baubles, not bubbles, baubles everywhere. There you've got some right here at the top of the screen, stars, bells, tinsel, hair. It's one of them. Got to join in it, you guys. But anyway, back to today. We've done the gunwale. It's just going to be sitting, waiting now till a future issue, and then we'll attach that to what we've already built in past issues, which you can watch obviously in the playlist, guys. If you ain't watched it and you've only, this is the first video I've watched, you can watch from issue 1 of the Millennium Falcon from Fano. They're all in the playlist, guys, so sit back and enjoy all those videos and catch up if you've not already done so. If you've not already done so, also, guys, give us a big thumbs up, big like, and subscribe for more. Press that bell notification. You'll always be notified every time I put something up on the channel. But for now, I'm going to leave it there. It's been a bit of a busy issue. These intros and outros have been a bit long, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.